Alrighty. That was 2 seconds into that and sabotaged. Um, okay. By the way, I'm not alone on these segments. If you're watching them, you'll hear people in the background. You saw somebody over my shoulder here a little while ago in the last one. That's biological mother. Because in the segment we're going to come up to acceptance from friends and family. Actually starts now, but we're gonna end this all with actually an actual biological parent's point of view, because that's a pretty important relationship that you don't want to booger up too bad. Some of these other ass clowns in your life could, hey, they like it, they like it. If not, well, too bad. Okay, that's why we have social groups out there with like-minded people where you can feel the ultimate comfort. But okay, on this segment, telling others that I'm an ABDL. Should I even tell them? And or worse, what if they found out? Okay. This is where you've done your research, you've figured out that you are an ABDL, you've accepted yourself for who you are, and you might have actually been living somewhat in secret for some defined period of time. But at this point in your life, your ABDL journey, you're thinking, I can't deal with this alone. I don't want to do it by myself anymore. Now I know there's other people out there, and do I come out? Do I tell others that I'm ABDL? Your mind's swirling with a bunch of oh my gods, what ifs. My entire life is going to be ruined. Blah blah blah, and my life's never going to be the same again. But you might be being torn up inside by actually keeping this a secret too. So I mean, you've got a whirlwind dilemma on your hands. What do you do? Telling others that I am. Should I tell other people? Out there on the vast internet, you'll have people that'll actually tell you completely different things. A lot of people will say that's the best support you can get. Get out there, tell the world about yourself. However, then on the other token, there's going to be people out there saying, don't do it. Just don't do it. But then you're going to live your life miserably alone. Maybe you want to tell only other people you know that are accepting of this and hide yourself from the non-accepting people. It'll make your life easier, possibly, but then probably you'll still be somewhat miserable somewhere on the inside. Should I tell people? Well, some things might be better left unspoken. I mean, you're probably not going to go into work and try to tell your coworkers, or if you're like in school, you're not going to tell your teachers and your guidance counselors what kind of sexual escapades you happen to have over the course of the weekend. Some personal private things should remain personal private things, so the world might not want to need to know what you have going on. There'll be people out there that just generally have really bad days, and they'll need to tell somebody about these bad days. But you know what? Some people out there are mean. Look, I don't want to hear about your bad day because look, at the end of the day, I've got my bad days too. I don't need to hear you crying about your bills are being late, your car's getting ready to get repoed, and your landlord's getting ready to go to eviction court on you because look around, it's everywhere. Keep your problems to yourself. I guess it's really going to depend on the people around you. Do you tell somebody or not? I mean, this might maybe just be one of those things you want to be a little hush hush about, but then it's actually going to be very important to some people that I've got to let this secret out. Maybe it's on a need to know basis. Only tell the people who you think absolutely really need to know about this side of you. It might make life a little bit easier. That's just some of the general ideas out there on the internet. Some people go, "Oh, tell the world about it." Other people will say, "Absolutely, do not. That's probably the worst thing you could do." I think I would disagree with that crowd. Do not bottle it up. Do not hide it. I wouldn't exactly take out a section in the classifieds ad local paper and introduce myself as being ABDL. But close friends, family, and of course, if you go into the social network that is other ABDLs, those are probably the people that should know. Coworkers, classmates, the average Joe in the street, don't tell them. They're probably not going to want to know. They may not even react appropriately to it. But then what that actually does is it puts more stress on you. So I guess selectively pick the people that you're going to come out to. And that's going to be, again, the people closest to you. And what if they find out? Probably the best thing that you could do is tell the people closest to you before they find out. They might have already figured it out. And that was actually the case in my book. And my mom might actually be able to share her point of view when it gets to be her turn to speak. But for years, I kept this, I thought, a secret. And what actually ended up happening was when I finally decided that I need to tell my mom a few things, and I says, "Hey, Mom, come on over. We need to sit down. We need to have a talk. There's some things you should know about me." Deep breath, deep breath. Oh my gosh, chest pains, headache. Oh my god, I cannot actually believe I'm doing this, but I've kind of put myself out there and I'm committed. I can't just zip her lip because she'll be like, "Dude, what?" So I've got something I've got to tell you. And so I begin the whole drawn out blah, 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 blah. I'm ABDL. Of course, I'd explain what ABDL is, and on and on and on. I personally am actually more of a diaper lover with the tendency to want to be a daddy to a baby girl. This was kind of tough to tell someone, but if you've got to, unlike what I'm doing now, this is completely off the top of my head. There's no cue cards or index cards to help me kind of keep track of my thoughts here. So I just, without too much rehearsal, was just like, "Mom, we got to have the talk." And I just blah 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 blah, and told her all about ABDL, told her about my interest in it, thinking I'm gonna end up homeless. And I'm probably never going to speak to my mother ever again, and it's going to be really bad. But I figured it's better off that she hear it from me rather than if when I was younger she might have parents do this. They toss your room, kids. I'm talking to the younger ones out there that your parents are going to find your stash if you have one. It's going to be a lot better if you level with your parents before they find your stuff. So anyways, I go on with this for years. I have this part of me that I've kept secret for a while, and I finally decide, well, here, Mom, here's all my secrets. And it kind of surprised me that she kind of thought she already knew about it. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Maybe it's best you tell the people that need to know before they find out the hard way. Because if you tell somebody before they find out, you've kind of got a little bit of control in breaking it to them. You know the people around you you're getting ready to tell this to. You kind of got an idea of maybe how they're going to react already, but you're going to minimize the shock by possibly having the upper hand of telling them before they find out about it. So consider that. Should I tell anybody Again, a repeat. Some people say do not do it. Other people say yes, you do need to do it, to gain acceptance, to gain support. Of course, on the other side of that, and I think that's actually going to be possibly another topic, or I guess I could speak about it now. What if they do not accept you? I mean, now you've you're ruining relationships with friends, family members. Your whole life is just going to horribly fall apart in your lap right here and now. And I don't think that's really the case. I do not know of many parents who would outright disown their child and never speak to them ever again. I just don't think that's going to happen. You might have some rough times. You might have to make concessions with your parents. I mean, most of the parents are going to be like, look, okay, thanks for telling me about this, but like, I didn't really want to know about what you do with yourself. They might ask a bunch of questions like, well, geez, they might be sincerely interested in, well, what's this life you want to live? Tell them about it. Give them an education. Point out the good things about the lifestyle. I doubt that they're really not ever going to talk to you ever again. I really doubt that the parents are going to say, get your stuff and get out of my house. Hey, bonus points if you are older and already living on your own. Okay, so the downside of this is what? I mean, you're of a legal age, and that's going to be another topic I'm going to tie into. Age involvement in the lifestyle. And that gets really tricky because there's a lot of people out there that really bash the underagers. So yeah, it's a whole other topic. But anyways, as far as telling people, you tell your parents they shouldn't disown you. I'm not going to say it's going to be all good. I won't lie to you in that respect. I mean, there's going to be a lot of shock and awe there. Your parents are going to be like, a multitude of reactions. I ain't saying that it's going to go good. I mean, your parents could be. I think most are going to say, you know what, shush. Number one, I did not need to know about this. We're going to pretend like this conversation never happened, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to agree to disagree. It's out, but it gets buried again. They might say, if you're still living at home with your parents, they're not gonna, I doubt they're gonna hate you for it. But what they are gonna probably say is, I keep it in your bedroom, keep it in your space under, the parents. It's at their house, their rules. Gonna have to be mindful and respectful about that. Now that you guys you've come out and you've stated you're this way around people, they're probably not going to disown you, but what they're probably going to say is, okay, look, if you have to do this, and they might inject, I don't know why you're going to do this. They might inject all these other horrible, nasty things. They might try to talk you out of it. Stand your ground. I mean, this is who I am. I mean, this is me. Okay, but where do we go from now? I mean, I felt compelled that I had to tell you. I've told you. Now what happens? The biggest worry is pack your bags and get out. I never want to talk to you ever again. That is very rash and illogical behavior, especially for a biological parent who gave you life. I'm sure that there's been many other problems growing up that you guys have had to deal with. This is just another one of those situations that you can and will work through it. Okay. It may, again, like I'm saying, be an agree to disagree scenario. It might be a thanks, I really didn't need to know that. Now we're going to forget this conversation ever happened. On other occasions, it might be, okay, so you're this ABDL. I don't understand it. It might be helpful if you could please explain it to me. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go back through the start segment. And you're going to kind of spill your life story, what it means to be an ABDL, how or why you feel you're this way, why has it become an interest to you. This is all going to be depending on how deep they want to dive into it. They might not want to hear any of it. They might just accept it for face value and so let's please not talk about it anymore. That's usually probably how it's going to go. Yeah, okay, so this is where I should have my index cards made up, I guess. While living under a biological parent's roof, they're probably going to say, look, you can enjoy this part of yourself, but the rest of the family, the rest of the household, doesn't want to be involved in it. Please respect us. Do not involve us in this. So when you go off to have your ABDL space and your time, it's going to be in specific times. When you're off work and everybody else in the household is at work or at school or otherwise just not there, then you have your baby time. Or if you've got more privacy, you have baby time within your space within the house. There might be issues of, okay, I suppose if you actually use your diapers, you're going to inconvenience everybody else in this house by smells, by sounds, by, when the family gathers around the table for dinner or they gather out on the couch for a movie night, you're probably not going to be welcome sitting there in a diaper with a baby bottle watching a movie with the family. These can be compromises that can be worked through and make the whole coming out and acceptance to friends and family much better. I really believe, I feel it in my heart that most, if not all families, blood relatives of you are actually going to care about you and will probably come to accept this part of you. You guys may have to talk it through. There might be additional, well, I don't get this, so there's going to be some talk you guys got to go through, but in the long run, very close blood relative family is probably in the end going to accept you for who you are, the unique, wonderful, beautiful individual that you are. Certainly, they should come to find some comfort in the fact that I don't know, I should have been doing these videos like on a separate camera so I could have actually been doing research here on my computer. I would have to research exactly how many cases of diaper rash actually ended up in fatalities. I'm sorry, I went there. You're probably laughing at me like I'm some kind of hack here. But no, in all reality, seriously, has diaper rash ever killed anybody? I think not. No. I think not. You might not be able to sit in your keister for a while. That'll teach you a lesson. Where was your powder? Where was your cream? Come on. You could go out and do meth. You could go out and drink yourself silly and end up car upside down in a ravine somewhere. And when they finally find you, the sheriffs are coming back going knock knock on the door. Hey, we're really sorry to inform you, blah blah blah, but okay, I'm not going to say anything more. That's just horrible. But there are worse things out there that you could be into, which could be a heck of a lot more detrimental to your health, and those things would really completely destroy a family. Rip it to total shreds. ABDL, I just don't see it's one of those things. It's just going to come back to thank you for telling me. That's TMI. your parents, again, through a misunderstanding, will help them through a little bit of an education that they understand that this is not a bad thing to be involved in, that it could be worse that you could be doing with your life. But this is a very beautiful, very positive thing that's not gonna hurt you. And then follow through with what do we need to do now that I'm out? How do we? Because we can coexist through this. We can. It's not a relationship and all. I mean, your family will still be there for you. I'm confident of that. It might be a little rocky. It might be a little dicey. It might be a little uncomfortable for a while. Your heart might skip a few beats. You might hold a few breaths. Tread carefully, what have you. But at the end of the day, at the blood relation family, it's going to be all right. Okay, I mean, just period. I can't say anything more than in like 99.9% of the cases, you're going to be all right. I mean, if you've got really absolutely horrible parents, which I don't know, maybe shouldn't have been parents to begin with. Yeah, I could see the pack your bags and just please leave and never talk to me ever again. But no, that's such a small percentage. I probably actually shouldn't have even opened my mouth and said that. Sorry. But anyways, family's gonna love you. They're gonna accept you at the end of the day. Little rocky, dicey, bumpy. It's just a speed bump. It's another speed bump in life. You know, friends now. That could get kind of tricky. Probably when I kind of needed him the most and maybe put in his 2 cents worth, I think he dashed outside. Some of my friends have been like, meh, okay. It's kind of weird for me to hear you say this. A lot of my friends will be like, well, whatever flips your switch, dude. But, hey, do not like try to convert me into this. Don't like try to, tell me on a Friday night instead of going out drinking, like, we should all go like wear diapers and watch a movie or something, because we're not gonna do this, okay? It's not that way, okay? I mean, this is something you do. You're not out there like trying to change the world and make everybody do what you do. So, but it's out there. Your friends will be like, hey, man, it's your thing, but like just don't involve us in it. Don't try to make us do it, because we're generally not interested in it. I've had friends that'll say, oh, it's kind of creeped me out. Might be a little gross and disgusting, but hey, really, honestly, at the end of the day, it's your life. It makes you happy. Enjoy it. Now, again, that's most of the people should be okay with this. I have had a few friends actually look at me and say, you know what, this is gross. I can't be around you anymore. This is just too much for me to process, and this is kind of where our friendship like ends. I think the important thing is anybody you tell about this, if they really love you, if they really care about you, if the relationship was meant to be. This is what I'm saying. Your blood relatives it's a pretty strong relationship, so they're not going to dump you. Really, honestly, they're not going to dump you. But if you have friends who like completely freak out and never want to speak to you ever again, let them go. You know why? They weren't really a good friend to begin with. Friends should actually have each other's back through thick and through thin. Okay? If a friend's going to throw you under the bus just because of a little quirky secret you've been hiding, what friend are they? They're not worth anything. Bye, good riddance. Because you know what? For that one friend that I lost by telling them this, I probably can go out and find 5 more friends that are like, hey, cool, whatever, welcome to the friendship, what have you. And you, hold on, you're stepping out for the night? No, okay. I guess maybe a vote of approval. Yeah, hey, I'm one of those friends. I mean, dude, stuck by my side, man. Okay. Um. So, yeah, it is what it is. You'll find this is getting to be a long video, so I'll try to sum it up. You should be able to find a way to make this work with your family. Your family is your family. You guys are blood relatives. You're stuck on this planet together. Nobody's going anywhere anytime soon. Period. Other friends, acquaintances, maybe you shouldn't have even told them. But if you did, or if they found out, if they freak out on you and they bail, replace them with better quality friends. Because any friend who's just going to throw you under the bus, I mean, come on, you got to kind of ask yourself, was that friendship like really any good or not? So kids will be kids, right? But just watch who you tell, and we got a funny guy with a car alarm. But these people. Okay, here's a good thing, that maybe a good way to end this topic. Okay, you're worried about coming out and telling your friends and family. They're gonna freak out. World War III is gonna start, and you might as well start digging your hole and fall in. Through these segments, you've heard people in the background, and one of them is my mother, and another one is a best friend of mine. I doubt my best friend's going to want to show his face on the camera, but he is here. Obviously, he is listening to this. He's setting off his beautiful little sound effects and hijacking my video that is supposed to be very serious in nature. But, okay, so what you're seeing here is I've decided to tell people about me being an ABDL, and my life has not come to a horrible end. My mother accepts me. My friends accept me. I'm living a pretty decent quality life, and I have actually taken the steps to tell people about some of the deeper secrets that I have. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. I won't lie, when I first decided that I would actually say something, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to be exiled permanently to like Siberia and forced to make snowballs for the rest of my life. And oh shit. Oh, I should be keeping this PG rated, but yeah. Anyway, no, people are not usually going to have a bad reaction to this. And if you feel you must tell people, again, probably on a as needed, basis. Who needs to know knows. Other than that, shh, quiet. But telling before somebody finds out might be easier to deal with. But if you're going to worry that your whole life is just going to be trashed, do not worry. You see 2 people very close to me in the background. You might only see them, but you do hear them. It's not that big of a deal. It's not going to ruin or end your life. It might make your life actually easier having let that off your chest. You can now focus yourself and move forward in all things life, both in what we call vanilla, aka normal world stuff. But then you've also got this little secret out there for your ABDL. And really, honestly, life will survive, and it will survive in a very positive light. Don't expect everybody you tell to immediately and 100% accept it. It can be a lot to process and a lot to understand. but life goes on, and I really, honestly, a lot of people are really worried that it's going to be a lot worse than it is. It's not. We're good like that. Education. I mean, education is a key thing. If somebody wants to ask questions, be prepared with some kind of information to give them. What is ABDL about? What does it mean to me? Why am I into it? Um, you as an individual have probably more information you can give to those people that you choose to tell than I can tell you to tell them, because our journeys are all maybe kind of unique. So maybe this series kind of sucks a little bit because maybe you're looking for more answers. Like, I'm actually going to hold your hand and walk you through this. I can't. I do not know you. I do not know how far you're taking the lifestyle. What your takeaway from it is. I also do not know the people you're getting ready to tell. But most people are going to be like, well, hey, okay, tell me about it. Other people are going to completely shut down and go, I just really wished you would not have said anything to me about this. Just be prepared that after you tell someone, judge their reactions. That's kind of the hard part that I can't tell you, really walk you through it, because I'm not there to see their reaction. I'm not there to help give the advice after the fact. On a general terms, you should be okay. And there's going to be people who are like, yeah, okay, I'm cool with it. Whatever, cool. You're going to have other people who go, TMI, man, you just shouldn't have said that. You're going to basically, again, in quick recap, you're going to have those in your family are going to be like, okay, we're just going to, like, this conversation never happened. Live that part of your life in secrecy. Thanks for telling us, whatever. You're going to have people that actually do immediately accept you, but then there's going to be the don't do this around me, don't do that around me, keep it kind of to yourself, or at the times when it's acceptable to do that. But no, it's not going to be the end of the world when you tell somebody about this part of you. Those who do really care about you will find some way to accept this. I'm very, very confident of that. So yeah. I don't know. Anybody want to say anything here or not? I'll give them a chance to come in here and say something before I end the video. I know my mother will actually have more of a chance to speak from a parent's point of view at the end of all this. I don't know. Old buddy in there, you want to say anything about when your freak of a friend told you about freakish stuff that he's into? Like, yay, nay, maybe. I don't know.
You can talk about that.
Okay, no, he's hush hush about the thing, but I will speak on his behalf. I think he just screamed and put a bullet in his head. Okay, well then, that was probably not a comforting reaction to have for somebody trying to figure out whether I should tell somebody. Their friend in the next room just had this screaming sound followed by kabang. No. If you take his cell phone and his beautiful sound effects away from him, basically the conversation that he and I had came something like, okay, well, there might be something you want to... He's sniffing my carpet right now as we speak. He's completely just gone right now.
Thank God we watched it. There used to be pissing from a dog.
You see, I mean, this is not going to ruin your life. I mean, actually, depending on, I don't know what kind of family and friends you have, but you're going to come to find out when you bring this out, it could actually turn into kind of freaking hilarious. I mean, I'm not, okay. We are not making fun of ABDLs. I want you to honestly understand this. Okay, if anybody's out there going, this guy's an ass and he's like attacking the ABDLs, I'm not. I am one. Okay?
I can testify to that.
Mom says she can attest to that. Testify, attest, what have you, same thing. Now, this buddy of mine that you may or may not hear out here in the room with his antics, I basically come out to him and tell him I'm probably unlike any other friend you have. I've got weird stuff in my closet. I've got weird skeletons in my closet. And I just spilled the beans. And basically, he was like, yeah, there was a little bit of a shock and awe. There was like a little bit of an EWE factor kind of thing. I might have threw some more little tidbits of information out there. And basically, by the end of the talk, he was something like, well, that's not my cup of tea. Okay. I might view it to be a little bit disgusting. But it was not enough to end the friendship. It's more like, dude, it's your life. If it makes you happy, enjoy yourself. Just don't involve me in it. So I don't wear diapers in front of him, and I don't expect him to come over to my house and wear diapers for me and play with the baby bottle. And it's not his thing, so it's not his thing. Whoop-de-doo, okay? So we know where we each stand, and it's back here somewhere behind us. And we're still friends, but the secret's out, so whoop-de-doo. Okay, acceptance. You've come a long way. You've accepted yourself for being ABDL. Now you're hoping to find acceptance with friends and family. That could be tough. I think you'll be all right. You'll find a way. Your family will understand that this is not horrible. This is not psychotic in nature. Let me look at what few notes I do have. I guess maybe some of the worries that I see are parents. Yeah, okay, this is actually going to go into the parental point of view thing, so it's 36 minutes and counting. I don't know how long I have before YouTube says it's too long to go online. I've seen people post entire 1-hour episodes of TV shows and whatnot. So, but anyways, acceptance from your family is you should 99.999% be okay and not like get thrown out of the house and never spoken to ever again. I mean, it's not going to go there. It shouldn't go there. Please, if parents are seeing this, there's going to be another segment specifically directed on your acceptance of your child who is into this. Please, please do not let this come between you guys. Very, very important stuff here. Don't let it end a relationship. Okay? Understand that we're all unique people. You, my mother, and my buddy standing over here out of the side of the camera, we all might have had, or will come to find we have at some point in our life, some little interesting thing about us. Okay? Maybe you have not come out to anybody yet. I mean, whether you do or you don't, we're not gonna pick that apart. But understand the individuality of every single person on this planet, and please just try to accept them for who they are. Because honestly, at the end of the day, okay, let's say if you're a parent and your child is coming to you and says, hey, mom, hey, dad, I'm like an ABDL. I might like to wear a diaper from time to time and drink from a bottle and have a pacifier. Does it change who they are? No. No, it doesn't change who they are. First and foremost, they are still your son or your daughter. They still exceed in school. They may still hold down a job. They still mow your yard. They still keep the house clean after themselves if they still live with you. They're there for you when you need them. Okay? You're sick. You're not feeling very well right now, and you call your daughter and say, "Sweetie, could you please come over to the house and take me to the hospital? I'm not feeling very well." Your daughter, whether she wears diapers or not, is still your daughter, and she will still come to the house, pick you up, and take you to the hospital if need be. Just because the child has come out as an ABDL does not change who they are on a daily basis. So therefore, accept them for who they are as a unique individual. Let that side of them, just let it be, because it hasn't changed them at all, really. To my friend, I mean, am I a different person because, like, I'm an ABDL? If you guys heard that, he says no. Huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hijacking the video thing again. Am I okay? Because, like, my eyes are red. Yeah, you know what? I was sick a couple weeks ago, bad sinuses or I don't know what have you, but these eyes have been just really horribly itchy for the last couple of days, seasonal allergies, what have you. But you know, people are still going to care about you. You know, they're still going to be there for you. You know, as far as, you know, how they accept you. Okay, the question is, will they accept you? Should they accept you? Accept your children. Yeah. I mean, here's another thing. So your child has come out to tell you that, hey, mom, hey, dad, like, I wear diapers and I'm interested in baby things. It's not hurting anything. They're not on drugs. You know, they're going to come home tonight. That's the important thing. In ABDL, you have a child today, you will have a child tomorrow. It's not bad like drugs. It's not bad like alcohol. It's not a habit in which they're going to steal you blind. They're not going to catch felonies over this. You know, it's not a bad thing to be involved with. I would beg family members who might see this video, if you're coming into this from that side, maybe your son or daughter has actually said, hey, we got to have the talk, and you're searching for answers like why, how, what. They're going to be covered in another video here shortly. But until we tie that topic in, I'm going to beg any parent out there who hears their child say that I'm in the ABDL, you might freak out a little bit, but try not to. Talk about it calmly. Do not end relationships. It's just, please don't do it. You might be trying to fault yourself. Did I do anything wrong as a parent? Why is my kid this way? You know, maybe is it just a phase that they're going through? Don't end the relationship with your child because of this. Because again, you know, we might all have our own little unique thing that we've done in the past, or doing now, or in the future. It just makes us unique. Okay, like the fingerprints again. we're all unique. We are the sum of many things. Do not single out one thing and like blow it all out of proportion and throw everything away over one thing. Still, step back, take a deep breath, and look at the whole sum of the human being in front of you. And if you guys just have to agree to disagree, we okay. Thank you for telling me this. Let's please never speak about it ever again. I guess one more topic before I end this video then too is going to be possibly, and this is probably going to be come back and spoke on more detail in the future topics. There's going to be all sorts of questions from the parent like, oh my gosh, I did something wrong. I'm a horrible parent. What caused my child to come out this way? Is it just a phase that they're going to go through? Can I stop them? Can I change their ways? Oh my gosh, I mean, what happened here? No. An ABDL has been an ABDL probably for life. There is nothing you're going to do to change them. There's not like any like gay conversion therapy. There's no like ABDL conversion therapy. No, your child does not need to go to a psychologist. No. You as a parent did nothing wrong. And again, I'm probably going to end up repeating this in another segment, but no. Your child's fine. Just accept them and let it be at that. Accept them. Again, as I said earlier, there's enough hate in this world. Please don't add to it. Love your child. They love you. This is just something they're into. Let them be. It will be okay. You guys can actually talk a little bit about, okay, well, and this is going to be other topics I'm going to talk about here in the future. I want to explore this with other like-minded ABDL people. Now, this could be somebody wanting your son or daughter could maybe want to like date another ABDL. Oh gosh, age differences within the ABDL lifestyle. So there's other things we can talk about that are. You might say, well, this video is not helping me. There's more that we're going to talk about that also ties in with the acceptance. So if I really haven't covered your topic yet, I am getting to it. I'm going to try to address every issue out there, but with each one, I'm going to say the same thing. Please accept that person in your life for the unique thing that they've decided to share with you. Do not end friendships. Do not end relationships. It is just not worth it. You guys can get through this and stand strong and be the same as you were yesterday before you knew about this. Today's a little bit of a shell shocker, but tomorrow you'll be just like you were the day before. So just love and accept the people around you for who they are, including being an ABDL. All right. If my mom's kind of at the door here, like getting ready to say something, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I thought so.
You still have your segment coming up shortly.
I have a segment.
Yeah. We're gonna do a. She's ready, man. We're gonna bring on an actual parent, my mother, who has a son that is into ABDL, and she's going to give the parent's point of view. Maybe I can't really do that for you, but we'll have a parent speaking to a parent here in a little while. And maybe, hopefully, everything I've said in this segment, she'll be able to elaborate a little bit more on, and it will make a little bit more sense how it should be okay to accept a child who is into this. And I think that's it for now. We're going to get into some other, because now we've decided to tell someone I'm into this. Now where it's going to go from there? What's going to go from there is I'm going to maybe want to date other ABDLs. I want to try to enrich my life somehow surrounding this. And then, of course, there's going to be age differences, distance, the distance in which you go to find friends and what have you. Probably one of the biggest things I'll end this topic on is the question of safety. in all reality, I think a parent's big concern and what's going to go a long way to accepting this is, are you sure it's safe? Well, again, I haven't exactly done the statistics on how many cases of diaper rash have turned fatal. You're generally your loved one is safe. I mean, again, it's not, they're not gonna like wrap a car around a tree and die because they had a wet diaper on. The safety concerns that you might be feeling right now are legitimate, especially if the next thing out of your little one's mouth, the next topic is, I want to share myself with other people. Who are these other people exactly? I mean, do they have the best intentions in their heart for you as we do? That's going to be where we're going to start getting into the sticky stuff, and we're going to discuss those issues too, and how to be sure that you're safe and secure in being an ABDL, and bad things aren't going to happen to you. But anyways, from a parent's point of view, tentatively, please accept your child for the unique things that they have going for them, that they're interested in. So I'm going to go ahead and end that for the moment, and we'll be back with a couple more topics here shortly. Thank you.